Good afternoon, Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. Again, we're in Newark, and we've interviewed a few of the candidates, Gail Cheneyfield, Mecca Keys, I keep saying Mecca Keys. And we talked and, trying to get everybody's opinion. And the other day, we seen all wind up at the same place.
That's correct.
I didn't know that Gail was going to be there or whoever. I just
Rutgers Law School.
Right, Rutgers Law School.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea who was going to be there. I just showed up.
That's right.
Okay. And then there was a program there called Homes for All Newark.
Correct.
All right. And so, Newark is a city that's rising. And it seems that some people think that it's rising, it's going in the wrong way.
Yes.
That they're giving Newark away.
Yes.
In terms of, first we want to start with the big project, which is the Amazon.
Right.
Which
major project.
Major project. Which many states are campaigning for.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know, do Newark have it yet, or has they decided?
Well, let me introduce myself. My name is ALIF Muhammad. I'm the president of ALIF Muhammad Nia School, located in Newark for the last 22 years. In our school, we have educated over 5,000 students and sent 2,000 off to college.
Wow.
This school is mainly an adult school and a school for at-risk high school students.
Okay.
Okay? Let's make a disclosure that I'm a strong supporter of Mayor Ras Baraka's re-election in Team Baraka.
Okay.
But I have no association. I don't receive any money from the city. I don't work for the city. I receive nothing.
And, okay, for the people to get a little bit more comfortable and for us to understand, why are you supporting Ras Baraka?
Well, I knew him as I was in education business. And what happened was in the early 2000s, he was at Weequay as a vice principal.
Okay.
And at the time, a lot of the public school, we had about 15, 20 kids that came out of public school that that was real good in sports.
Okay.
Real good at sports, but they was lacking
academic
in grades.
Okay.
So what they would do was they would come here in the daytime, and then, they would go to public schools, like they would go to Shabazz, Weequay, and then at night they would come here and get their grades up. We captured some of their grades.
Okay.
So what happened, I wasn't really dealing with the mayor then Roz, but we seen each other, and what I seen about him is that the kids loved him. Then he became the principal of Central, and I had a boys basketball that became number 6 in the country and number 10 in the country. So it's a organization that plays in his gym that he's allowed during the summer, the Zoo Crew, which I wanted every time I came in there, about 5 or 6 years. And we would interact, and what happened is he decided to run for mayor. And I always remember one thing about him, that the kids loved him. That was the most important thing, how the kids,
how the young people,
and then he turned Central High School around. Wow. Now I'm a native New Yorker. I'm 60. I'll be 65 in October.
Okay.
So I went to Weequay High School, which I'm very proud of.
Sure.
And Central High School, back when I was going to the school in 68, 69, and 70, 71, was not the best school. It was never academically a strong school.
But when you were going to Weequay High School in 68, that right there was what you call high living.
That's right. That was.
So you were kind of raised middle class.
Well, not really. I was raised around the projects, but we grew.
Okay.
We progressed. My mother.
What projects?
Little Bricks, Phyllis Fall. So I was raised around the projects. My mother had a business, and then we moved to another area. And then the teachers I had always, the oldest said, the school you want to go to is Weequay. If you're a good student, you want to go to Weequay. So I ended up in Weequay.
Okay.
And Central was, at the time, was never a strong academic school.
Sure.
And this guy comes into Central and turns it into a good school. And it was a crazy thing. Sometimes a kid would come here in the summertime where they're lacking. It was a couple kids from charter schools that came here. And I forgot the year. It was 2014 or 2013. 2013. So they said, we live in the Central area. We want to go to Central because Central is doing real well. So they came here. They recaptured the graves. So I said, don't worry about it. I know Roz. I know people up there. I'll get you in. I couldn't get them in because it was like 250 spots and it was a waiting list.
Wow, for Central High School.
So he had turned the whole thing around. So that's how I became very impressed with him. So I backed him strongly in 2014 with my influence, with my money, and my time, and he has impressed me on the things that he.
And you're still impressed from
Emma.
that hot October day that he was. I mean, a hot
July day.
July
That's
day
right. That's right.
that he was sworn.
Nah,
And
I remember that day.
Yeah, I was at the art center at.
I remember that day. Because I was fasting.
Yes.
You know, it was
You
the
don't
month of
remember?
Ramadan.
Okay.
So I was fasting, so it was rough on
Yeah,
me.
I was there.
But I remember that day when he said we all became mad.
Yes.
When we become mad, yes.
Yeah.
And I am amazed. You know a guy is sharp, but I didn't know he was that sharp. But education makes you like that because in education, you deal with every aspect of life. Every problem that can happen is going to hit you in the face.
Sure.
So I think that was a good training ground for him to be mayor. The mayor's more of administrating and business-wise and everything like that. And the whole trick was, because he was an activist, everybody thought he was going to be this black nationalist activist.
Sure.
And at the same time, he was meeting with Panasonic and Rutgers.
Well, he come from it too. His father, and his mother.
I know, but everybody was looking for it.
Yeah, and mother and father. I think that was one of the reasons why I often say that I voted for him because of his mother.
Really, and at the same time,
because I didn't know him because me and him. I'm 55.
Yes, different days. Yeah.
So we're in a different thing.
Right,
but I know of his father's work
right.
here. I used to go with and sit with Larry Hammond. He would bring his father in. His father would do the poems and everything, poetry and stuff of that nature.
That's right.
And then of course he was a lawyer.
That's right.
A port lawyer.
That's right.
In
That's
New
right.
Jersey Pact
That's right. That's
and
right.
everything.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So you are happy with everything that's going on so far, and also the reentry program.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
How do you come out of jail and get a $15, $16 an hour job?
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
And
it's gonna get better.
And have the thirst to go to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get better with Murphy in as the governor. Because remember, he did that under Christie.
Okay.
Who didn't like him, felt that he was hostile.
Sure.
Because he said he wanted the local school back. He didn't want to be picked the superintendent. He didn't want to be involved in it. He just wanted it back.
Sure.
So, Governor Christie labeled him as hostile.
Wow.
So now Murphy's there. I mean, they can really open it up because that's the way you really got to stop crime. It's just not a police situation. You have to give a person the opportunity.
Yeah, I see what I mean.
You got to give them an opportunity.
Yeah. And, well, that we had that introduction there, talking about the mayor and a little history that we have and why you support the mayor. But then there's people out here that's saying that the mayor is giving the city away in terms of this, they say with Panasonic.
Right.
They also say with the major project, which is mega project, which is Amazon.
Correct.
That the city is being given. We were at that thing at the.
It was like 9 candidates and all of them didn't want it.
Yeah.
I was like, unbelievable.
Yeah. No one supported his 50,000 jobs.
50,000 jobs.
In fact, one said that I think her name was Friedman.
Right, I remember her.
She said something to this effect that if you remember Detroit, how the big companies left and things of that nature and stuff.
Gary, Indiana, I was enough. I remember all that.
And then also, it was a reference towards the 7-Elevens that someone said that they should open no more 7-Elevens and things of that nature. So, you being a Newarker, and you're in, if we can say this, in the mix of knowing
all my life.
All your life.
All my life. Because I come out of a time that when there's 440,000, the population of Newark was 440,000 people. So it's 300,000 now. So I think we're 140,000 short. But getting back to that, it's money. It's paper money. It's not like the state of New Jersey is not giving Amazon $5 billion. They're not going. And this was under Christie now.
Sure.
This wasn't under Murphy. This was under Christie because Murphy was saying maybe it's a little bit too much too, but this was under under Christie, $5 billion of tax credits. Panasonic was a state federal program. So was Prudential. Okay. State federal program where they came in. Let's talk about Prudential. They were in the gateway, even though we know back, if you go back further enough, they built the gateway. That was Ken Gibson's idea when the mayor was to try to say the commercial when everybody was fleeing. After the riots, all the businesses fleeing. Because I remember when there used to be insurance companies and everything, and we had department stores, and everybody fleeing. So that was his way of trying to say commercial, where you attach to the gateway and you can go right out or on a highway. It just killed downtown. That's all it did. But anyway, Prudential was that gateway, paying his rent, and here the state coming and said, we'll build you a building. And when you build the building, you don't have to pay nothing. And it's your building. That was unbelievable. And it was a fight because Gateway was saying, well, you're going to destroy us in Gateway, you know, and then Broad Street, I think they had Miles Berger on that side, said, what you going to do? You're going to revitalize Broad Street, and that's exactly what it did. Mm-hmm. But people don't understand, they're paying taxes. They didn't get abatement. I don't think they got abatement.
Okay.
I don't think they got abatement, you know, but Prudential did some things, like when Mayor Roz, they loaned him one of their top execs to be the business administrator for free for $1. An international president to come in to help illustrate the city out. So everybody's partners, and that's the idea. But it's paper money. It's not real money. In other words, they're talking about giving tax abatement. There's nobody paying major taxes on these buildings or on these lots. They're talking about payroll taxes. There's no payroll here for 50,000 people.
Okay.
So you're giving away something that you don't even have yet to bring something in.
Well, a lot of people were speaking in terms of that the jobs, that they're not giving the top executive jobs to the Newarkers.
Well, I'm insulted by that because I have a family that live in Newark. I have children that's 40-something years old, and they all got college degrees. They got master degrees. I got grandchildren that's in college now, one up in Drew, one in Virginia State. They're going to be able to qualify for them jobs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So will they get them, though? Will they get the jobs?
Of course they'll get the jobs. They'll get the jobs. If you qualify for it, you have to qualify for it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you have to qualify. You know, the affirmative action, we know that's really leaving the situation. But if they took 50,000 of those jobs and say 5,000 is entry, and that's at $15 is going to be a guarantee, that's a lot of money. For a person that's on welfare, or a person that don't have nothing going on, or a person TV, because I have a nephew that has a master's degree. He just came back. He was living in Morocco. He was teaching over there. So he's back here. He was trying to get in the North School system, but he had to get his certification and everything done. So he took the $13 job in Amazon, you know, somewhere out of town. Now he's applying with a master's degree for a better job.
Wow.
So, but forget all that. I'm going to throw you off, man. I don't care if we don't get one job. I'm talking about 50,000 new people coming in the city. Oh my God. That means that we might have department stores like Bamberger's and Allbacks. See, a lot of people don't remember that. S. Klein's and Two Guys and Haynes. We had the movies. We had the nightlife downtown. If we don't get any of the jobs, that's 50,000 people in there going to a gas station.
Well, let me say this right here is this, because I'm hearing these conversations, and it's like a lot of people don't want this stuff to come. How? I mean, I know you're not in the administration with the mayor and things of that nature, but are you doing anything to educate the people? Are they doing anything to educate the common person in Newark that live here, that think that they're risk to lose their?
I don't think they did a good job with that. But what happened, because it's sophisticated. Because most people don't know what tax credit is. They don't know what pay. I know what payroll, because I used to have a payroll of 30, 40 people. I know what I had to do. I know what a tax credit is. I own property and stuff like that. So I understand what they're doing. So the average person wouldn't know what's a tax credit when you go to, as a corporation, you could take $10 billion of that and write it off. Your taxes and stuff. The average person knows. So maybe they didn't do a good job. But I think they had to get in it. The idea that they took the shot to get in it, and where they had to put it together very quickly, and they're competing with New York and Chicago and Philadelphia, Hoboken. I mean, they competing with everybody. And then I heard the mayor was saying that all the neighboring towns like South Orange, Montclair, they all doing resolutions. They write letters because some of those people are gonna be buying homes up there.
Sure.
And those upper class people, I remember. And you do too when you lived in North Newark. on off of Clifton, you were doing it, or you lived in the Weequahic section.
Yeah,
Even in Clinton Hill was 16th Avenue, 15th.
Yes.
Those are mansions and stuff like that.
Right.
So those people, all they're gonna do is bring the value of those houses back up. But 50,000 people.
But I think that the loss is that they're not somehow they're not getting us to the people, because I was having breakfast a few weeks ago, and the conversation came up about the new PATH station. Seth Boyd.
Right.
Now I was excited about it.
I was too.
But the people were saying that that it's going to push them out, which is nowhere near anything.
I was going to say the same thing.
That they're going to build hotels that they're not going to stay in. And things of that nature, and that it was a bad thing. Now, I was over there a few years ago, taping, and I'm taping basically a big lots.
Abandoned buildings.
Exactly.
Yeah, abandoned buildings.
And so,
the whole Free Nice Avenue. I remember that used to be viable. You have 30,000 people working just on that strip.
Exactly.
Don't exist.
So how, if you had anything to say to Mayor Rasbaraka right now, and we have to be fair with this here, Gail Cheneyfield, if she should get into office, what would you say that they should do to make the people of Newark comfortable with the new developments, the new business developments in Newark?
He has to, Gail, he has to, I'm telling you, he didn't do a good job with the Amazon thing. They were in it. So you're in a fight, and you got the biggest guys in there and stuff. You're more concerned about trying to compete with the big guys to get it done. I understand that, because my background is really not education, it's business. Before I opened up this school, I was in the medical business with imaging centers and chiropractors. I made $1 million a year. I lived in Mendham on 6 acres, a house worth $2 million. I lived in Boca Raton half of the time on the ocean.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is, I understand the concept where you're trying to do a deal sometimes. You kind of rough people up and everything like that, So people are saying it, so I don't think they did a good job of explaining. It's almost like what President Obama did with the insurance.
Okay, yes, yes.
The same concept that he didn't do a good job of selling it. It was a great idea. It was, all 25 million. It was a great idea, but people don't understand it. So I think, knowing Mayor Roz, I think if it happens or we get closer, you got to do town halls. You got to do different seminars.
But now at this critical point, because it's election time, that it should have been explained in depth, verbatim, because some of those people can be the very people that don't vote for you because of it. Because of their fears or because of whatever that's coming in. We get different energy in.
Oh man, he loves Newark so much.
And I believe that.
He loves Newark so much that he would take that shot to lose votes to do something good for Newark. I know that dude. You know what I mean? The dude took an $84,000 job cut just to be mayor. Most people don't make $84,000.
Sure. That
dude right there, I know that dude. If he lost the race and got Amazon, he would still be a great Norker.
Okay.
So you're right. It's and I understand it, because in big business you kind of rough sometimes. You kind of if you don't understand it. I'm sitting there and I'm listening to these people talk and everything. And I'm like, the one that said she had 2 master's degrees.
Okay.
And she ended up being in packaging.
Yeah, exactly. In Amazon.
Right. Yeah, but she's really, I think, was a teacher or something like that. I forgot what she was. She had, it seemed like it was a part-time situation.
Yes.
She did it for a part-time situation. If she was really serious with 2 master's degrees, she could get hired in a packaging. So and then it's like a lot of, when I find out, I was at this restaurant yesterday and I was talking to the security for Gail. And we're dear friends and stuff, and we were talking, but it was another security guy there, and he was saying that he supported Roz, and he didn't get this and that. A lot of people get hung up in they personally do it.
Sure.
And that's why, when I told him I was going to run, when he was running, I said, I don't want nothing. He looked at me strange. I said, yo, man, I don't want nothing. Yeah, I understand. I said, no, you don't. You don't understand me. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I want better. I want what's better for Newark. Right. People... But
those people that feel slighted, it feels scorned. Can when it come time to put you back in.
It can hurt them.
It can hurt you.
It can hurt you.
It can hurt you.
It can hurt you.
And so, I haven't been back in Newark long enough to really know what is really going on. I know
you don't want to talk politics, do you? We're talking about Amazon.
Well,
but do you want to talk politics? Let me just get real quick. Let me get this real quick.
I see new things.
You see new things.
Let me see.
This is the first time I ever seen the governor.
Okay.
The state Democratic Party.
Sure.
Both senators in the area, both assemblies in the area, the county exec in the area, the Democratic chairman of Essex County, all the freeholders, and everybody except for Gail Cheneyfield is backing the mayor. They're all in line together.
Okay.
All those powerhouses. I've never seen it. Last time he had over 10 million against him. It was coming out of nowhere. I think I got the things over here, man, where they were sending out, man. They were sending out. Yeah, here it is, right here. I keep them. They were sending these out on rods and stuff. Shavar Jeffries, I couldn't keep him because I used to be so angry. And they would take his picture and take his worst picture and do different things. This is $45,000 a mailing. I don't know, I got about 20 of them here. Then you seen the deal on TV, man. It was unbelievable. They was like running 7, so he had a lot against him. This is the first time that he ever got Joey D with him, who's a powerhouse. The North Ward, which is Ramos, Amador, the East Ward, they're supporting him. Okay. So his powerhouse, real quick in the politics, is the South Ward, which made him become mayor.
Well, he's from the South.
Right. But his powerhouse is the South Ward.
Because Gail is more of the Central Ward.
She was more Central Ward than she was in North Ward. I think.
Because I'm more familiar with Gail.
Right.
Because I come from the Central Ward.
Right. Because of Cheneyfield, the father.
Gail Cheneyfield, and the father with the
father.
The work that he did.
Yeah,
in terms of that.
NCC.
Oh my God.
NCC.
With that baby land. And
NCC.
Oh,
man,
and of course, new community.
NCC.
And all that right there. Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you a little short story. He offered it to the Muslims, the mosque there, because Gail went to Muslim school, and they weren't sophisticated. So he took it to Father Linton, and oh my God. What is 20,000 units? Yeah. We were baby. Unbelievable.
And they actually built that whole area.
Oh man, unbelievable, unbelievable.
Because when I grew up, that whole area was vacant.
That's right. That's right.
Vacant land of
right.
factories.
So Roz is the South Ward strong. Okay, he still got Mildred with him, who's still strong. We all, she like age, but everybody loves her. So he won 5,000-6,000 votes over there. Now in the West Ward, remember I was before we went online, I was breaking down that Joe and the 3 people that lost to him are all aligned, not including Senator Rice and Rufus. So you got that. That's the West Ward, where he won by 3,000 votes. Then the Central Ward, he had to help her pull over the line in the runoff. She got 1,700 votes. At the same time that she got 1,700 votes, he got 5,000 votes out the Central Ward. I think he won by 2,500 votes. He lost the North Ward big. That's now with him. Ramos is with him. And then he lost the East Ward, which is that big, and Amador's with him. It's no path for her to win. But that's politics.
That's politics. That's politics. Anything can change.
That's right.
After the first debate,
that's right. Oh man, we can't wait for that.
We don't need to debate.
We're gonna beat up. He gonna beat up bad on that.
We have to see.
She has a rough time in the council meetings. She got to start studying a little more.
Well, and again, I interviewed her. I had a sit down talk with her and things that they just online.
Yeah.
And so I'm comfortable with it because I am Central Ward.
Okay, I am too.
So I'm
way back on Livingston Street. Yeah, that's Muhammad Ali and Livingston Street.
Yeah,
Central Ward.
Street.
I knew Irvin Turner.
Yeah.
I knew who Irvin Turner. He was our council person, and my mother hated him.
I had a distant relative, I think, distant uncle that I believe ran against Irvin Turner years ago, Noah Marshall.
I remember him.
That's my uncle.
And I remember George Richardson. I remember all them guys.
Back in the day.
Oh, but let me just take this a minute. Babe, give me about 15 minutes. I'm doing an interview, okay? Before you come out, okay? All right. So.
Yeah, he ran against Irvin Turner.
Yeah, but he couldn't beat him. No. He used to get wine nobles, $5 and a bottle of wine. I remember all that stuff, right? So I'm Central Ward too. Third Ward we call it. I'm Central Ward too. But you know, when things got good for the Jenkins, they moved to the North World over there at Valentine. You know, so.
I don't know if the movie.
Oh.
I still remember the.
Yeah, they moved to Valentine. It was over there, which is the most beautiful street in North. You know, right off of Branches, the mansions and everything.
Okay.
They had a crib over there. So you know, and then circumstances, whatever, end up in Society Hill.
Okay.
So I live in the Central Ward too. I live in the senior citizen building.
Okay.
So her strength is with the seniors there is
Yeah.
strength, but the hood she don't have no strength.
Okay.
Society Hill's up. You got the James Street. That's the intellectual areas and all that. I think they like Rouse a little bit, you know. I heard, but what I'm saying is, you got the hood, the hood, and then you still got Highland Park. You remember that's still nice and everything.
Now where's
Highland Park? Quitman Street. Remember
Quitman Street.
The cooperatives.
They call that Highland Park.
Highland Park, man.
That's around corner from Howard Street.
Yeah, you only pay. Yeah. What's who you went to?
Quitman. I went to Quitman Street. I went to Morton Street.
Yeah, I went to 18th Avenue.
Yeah. I'm right around the corner.
That's right. But that's where the cooperatives, where you pay $300 or $400 a month because they own everything, but you can't never sell it to nobody. What happened? It goes back to you, so your family keep it. But anyway, that's like the most well kept thing in the Central Ward. But now you got 1180. You got all these beautiful buildings coming up. You got the Ruckers and everything all around there. So it's interesting. Because when we grew up, the Central Ward stopped at High Street. Now it comes all the way down to here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
When we grew up, the Central Ward stopped.
What was this area here?
This is East Ward.
But now this is Central.
This is Central.
Oh, okay.
This is Central. That was East Ward.
Downtown Newark is Central.
All Central all the way until you get, I think, past Penn Station. On the other side of Penn Station. So they changed it. They changed it.
So getting back to the Amazon.
Right.
Is it a good project?
Oh, I love it. Just the idea that 50,000 people, even if we don't get the jobs, but I know we're going to get the jobs. 10, 15, 20,000 people can get jobs in Newark. It would blow it up. It would just blow it up. And what it would attract other people's, because the mayor said that for every tech job, this is his rhetoric, for every tech job, it adds 3 other jobs. Because even I could take it to the lowest level. Another mechanic has to fix their cars. Somebody has to shine these shoes.
Sure.
That all adds to somebody at a 7-Eleven that nobody wants. You know what I'm saying? Some 7-Eleven, they don't. I mean, that's what I'm saying to you. I'm just excited about it. You know what I mean? But when I left the farm, I was very, very upset. But I was only upset with really one person. Other people I didn't think they were going.
Now, who were you upset with, if you want to say?
Bessie Walker.
Wow.
That's running for councilman law.
Because she in 2014 was Raz's right hand
She was the strongest. She worked her butt off.
So in a case like that, with her kind of, I want to say jump ship or leaving.
I think it was a personal situation. Let's don't get into, because I really don't know the primaries. I just heard rumors and stuff.
Okay.
It's but what I'm saying is, Bessie, and I respect Bessie. I see her, I kiss her. Hi, Bessie. She's like a public servant. Worked in Essex County, worked in the Board of Education, worked in the city. Back in the day, I just love her. And that's what disturbed me when she said it, because I knew that she loved Newark. It's not about a job with her anymore. I think she's retired. She's probably high pension out and everything. It's not about a job, anything like that. So for her to say that, it was like, whoa. The other people, today is the day, I don't think they're going to get certified. Because they had a guy, David Walsh, that was coming in, and he's running for at large. He bought 1,400 petitions in, and it was 800 was fraudulent. He threw it back out.
So to run at large, you run against a Mildred Trump.
Mildred, who's everybody's darling. I don't care how old she is. You got Quintana, that the only Puerto Rican I know to always get black votes. Then you got Gonzalez. The first time he gonna get black votes ever is because of Roz, because he's on Roz's ticket. He never got black votes. He strictly had the Latino. And then you got Osborne, that was strong union, that I didn't know much about and everything. But now he's going to get some Latin votes because of Ramos and Quintana and that. Okay. So, but you got Bessie. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her supporting Gail. I knew there was some issues, but it's okay. I still love her. But when she said that, it's like I was like sick, man.
When she said it against Amazon.
She said against Amazon, I was like sick. The devil, what she say? The devil's in the devil's in the deal or something like that. I mean, oh man. I mean, what are you talking about? See, because, and then she's sophisticated enough to understand it more so than a layman because she knows the language.
Sure.
So it really bothered me because a lot of times, you know, it's like when President Obama, when he came up with the so-called Obamacare, most laymen wouldn't understand that.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
So you have to trust in who your representatives is. Who's your mayor? Who's your council people? You know, I don't know if Gail is against it, is she?
Well, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
and of course I planned to be.
Right.
I didn't pose the question to Gail
Oh, okay.
about
But I haven't heard.
Amazon.
Yeah,
I will reach out to her.
Yeah, I was
and
wondering.
see what her thoughts on Amazon and things, and if she want to make comments or whatever.
Unless they're gonna run on that,
Yeah.
it reminds me almost about the arena, the Prudential Arena.
Okay.
That was a big thing, because Cory Booker run that he was gonna stop it, and Corzine said he was gonna stop it and everything.
Okay.
That was a waste of money, and Carlos, he's still upset about it. You know, that they don't want no rent and everything. Now I'm different. I understand. I spent a year in D.C. and trying to set up a school there in the office. And I used to, back in the 70s, I used to sell clothes. I was a vendor, and I used to sell clothes in D.C.
Okay.
And I knew D.C. pretty well. And it was an area like D.C. that was like the Haynes area that had became abandoned. It wasn't like that. And what they did, they put the arena there, the Verizon Arena, and they had Georgetown play there. Because what happened, my son went to Georgetown, so I used to go to the games. Then they had the Wizards there, they had hockey, and it revitalized. So then I was like, oh, I understand what Sharp is doing. You put an arena here. It was supposed to be on Broader Market, open up on Broader Market, and then the stadium that was in Harrison is supposed to be there too. So you got 40,000, 20,000, 60,000 people empty into Newark. The problem is that when Sharp, they finished it, they catered to white people. They catered to what's coming in from Moorbury. I mean, it's beautiful down like that. Like
When you say the arena, you're talking about the
Prudential rent.
Okay.
Yeah, Prudential. So that was a big thing too. You spending $200 million and everything, because originally when Mayor Sharp was trying to do it, everybody was down, and then I think McGreevy crossed them, and then Corzine and Booker said he wasn't going to do it, and I mean, so this Amazon, so some, you know, you run on things like that.
Sure.
So I don't know if that's a position, but I was so surprised that Bessie said it, because I know she really loved Newark. I didn't, but you know, sometimes your personal situation where I heard that she felt she was disrespected, you know?
Okay.
And nobody should have disrespected her. First place, she's a senior citizen.
Sure.
Second place, she's a public servant. But she felt she was disrespected. But sometimes people, personal thing, well, you know, whatever person do, oh, this person just built a hospital. Oh, it's a horrible hospital. They should have built it around the corner.
Sure.
That
sure,
type of thing.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
You know, so that really bothered me. And it bothered me to the point that's how we met.
Sure.
Because I went right on Facebook screaming.
Yeah, well, you were screaming
I was
so loud.
screaming, man.
I said,
I was
well, let me
screaming.
reach out.
I was
Ambassador
screaming.
News,
I was
reach
screaming.
out to this guy and
Yeah.
see what's going
I was
on.
screaming.
You
So
know?
like you saying, maybe they did a better job of selling, but they in the fight. They up there with the wolves and the giants and everything. Instead of explaining to the regular guy that's on the corner out there, or
But I think it's very important that the common person,
Mm-hmm.
and not to put anyone in a corner,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that the Newarker should know. I think you know why, because with this camera and BASA News go around, I meet people that's not so excited about Newark.
Right.
Where I see growth,
Mm-hmm.
but I see a lot of people that's not excited by Newark, and I think that if it was explained to them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would have a better
Perception and better
constituent. That really say, hey, let's do this, and then that means that if they walk down the street and they see a piece of paper on the ground, they may pick it up.
Right.
We want to, we want people to really want to be here.
Right.
Especially what
Right,
you would call
right.
natives.
I can't argue with you on that, but as a business person and on a high level, sometimes you gotta, it's the Bible or the Quran say that Solomon was such a great king that he was driving back from Sheba, and in the road it was some ants, and the ants said, "Watch out! Here come the mighty. Get out the way. Here's the mighty Solomon come." And he heard them.
He heard them.
So he slowed the army down
Wow.
in order to let them pass. So that was a great king.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I'd rather for Mayor Ross, who I trust. So we disclosed that now.
Sure.
I disclosed it. Who I trust, that got Newark and the council people together, that they come back and explain it to the guy later that understand. Nope, just gave away $2 billion. That's why I was screaming to Facebook. It's not real money. It's not real money.
But see, the thing is too, we have to also look at our journey. Now, your journey would be different.
It was.
Than a person
It was,
just
it was,
really
it was,
need
it
this
was,
Amazon
it
to
was.
come here to get a
Yeah,
job.
yes,
So
yes,
we
yes,
have to
yes.
explain.
Right.
You know, I mean,
right. And when
companies
before I
do
went to
that,
school,
you know,
I was a
yeah,
seven-figure guy.
right,
I was making $1 million a year.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I mean,
So,
you know, on the highest level.
So you have to explain to the people, you know, so they won't be afraid. You know what I mean? That,
Right,
you know, like
right.
an army is coming to take us and push us all out.
Exactly.
Because I eat a lot on my days off in the local restaurants.
Smart.
You know, just to hear the people.
Right.
You know, not so much to set up a camera because a lot of people are still nervous with a camera. In fact, I almost had a fight a few weeks ago. I went to see Layla Muhammad.
Right,
About
yeah.
her book.
Yeah.
Of course, I love Layla, but you know, you think of the great Muhammad Ali.
Correct.
And I wasn't the only one thought that way because the white guy said, "Yeah, that's why I'm here too, man." You know, just to get a glimpse of him, buy a book, whatever. I'm never going to read the book, but I gave it to a friend of mine. And her bodyguard, I had a little camera, and her bodyguard came to me and told me that I need to put that camera down.
Really?
I said, "Well, my friend," I said, "this is just a 11-year-old camera. I mean, this don't mean anything. You got iPhones that can send the thing to TMZ and that." Oh my God, this guy. So I took the picture with Layla, right? And then after she signed the book, I walked in the back, walked up to the steps, and I was filming her again. This guy came up to me, man, you know, and Layla was over there talking to her sisters, you know, and he came up to me and told me, "I told you, I let you take the picture before, and you better put that thing up. You can go outside, right?" I said, "Oh my God, you want to go out?" I said, "You really want to do that right there?" I said, well, you know, now I'm thinking, I said, you know, this would be a perfect opportunity to reenact the great Zaire fight. You know? Give me a little exposure, you know what I mean? You know,
Rumble
the jungle,
books,
the Don King fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would, you know, but
her dad would have never did that.
Yeah. No,
like, come on, come over here,
look, that's what I'm saying.
Let him take a picture.
Take a picture.
What you want, whatever you want. Rumble. That's how the champ.
That's how it was. But you know, sometimes, you know, people could relay messages wrong. I can't say Layla sent him over there, but he did come and things of that nature. So, you know, you have to explain to the people.
Correct.
You know, because when you do, that's one thing about Ali. He did such good public service that even Layla, you know, making his book on cooking.
Right.
You understand me? You know, I wasn't the only man up there.
I agree with you, but I'm just looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah. You can look at the bigger picture.
because I understand.
But you can because who you have evolved to become.
Correct.
But for the common person.
But if I'm looking for a person to represent me, like the forum we was at, I was astonished.
Wow.
Because I'm like, they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the numbers and stuff.
I have to tell you this right here, Muhammad, is that I'm hearing that a lot through Newark.
Yeah.
That people feel like the city is being given away.
I could believe that.
So now, but that's not good.
I could believe it. I could believe it even in I could believe that even in the understanding of these buildings.
That's being built.
These buildings are being built.
Right, and you don't see any presence of us working on it.
Right, that's correct.
Yes.
Even though you got where we came from, you got Irving Turner. You got that building. You got the old brick towers. That's coming up. You got different. You know, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I even told the mayor one day, and they was laughing. I know about Harlem. I understand Harlem.
Sure.
And I really understand Brooklyn because I used to council promote right down there in Bam, and that was the area. Okay. Now, a house is $1 million and $2 million. And I seen D.C. from 75.
Come on now.
Oh, man, New Jersey, Avenue, New York was all black.
That's right.
And, man, it's like, $2 million, $1 million, like, oh man. So I seen the gentrification. I seen it.
So
I
the common
seen
person is worried about
Yeah.
that. And it's not a good thing that when I go around
Mhm.
and I talk to people,
Mhm.
and everybody's saying that the city is being given away.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, I mean, at some point, you know, you got to worry about the tires on your car, no matter how expensive
That's
the
correct.
car
That's
is.
correct. That's correct.
You know, that's why they do rotate.
That's why
the
he,
tires.
that's why he's trying to do a lot of rallies and different things, explaining the zoning and the different things like that. But it's sophisticated because really, if it would have been Booker, we'd have just got blown out.
Okay.
But what hit him was the recession of 2007, 2008. He would have just got blown out because this was just a stepping stone. So what I'm saying is, but you do have somebody saying, hey, you got to do 20% on affordable, and if you want to do that, you got to take the money over here, and you got to take a house in the Westward over there, like 6th Street and 8th Street,
Yes.
or on the South Ward,
Sure.
and rebuild a house and sell it. So you know, but his politics is so good. Like I broke it down to you. You're right. We're gonna get hurt.
But let me ask you this right here. Is it politics of a mayor, or is it politics of someone that's maybe a governor?
It has to be.
You see what I mean?
It has to be both.
See, a mayor is hands-on.
It had to be
Some
both.
towns, right?
It had to
Some
be both.
towns.
I know
some
exactly what
towns,
you're saying.
You understand? Sometimes you walk down the street, the mayor's walking his dog.
Right.
You understand me? So you.
But he's still that guy. He still got a sweatshirt on.
Okay,
and
I
his
believe
sneakers
that.
on.
I believe that.
You know, he come in the thing. He go, what's up? You know, he's still that dude. He's still that dude. But like the New York Times said, he's another guy. He feels just as good seeing the guy walking down the street, the kids, and he could go into the highest boardroom.
Sure.
Because you got to understand something. All those kids that he affected
Sure.
are now set 25,
Sure.
30, 32, 33. So he has another generation that loves him.
Yeah.
That loves him.
But may not live in Newark anymore.
Well, most of them do.
Okay.
Most of them do. I mean, the summer program with the thousands. I mean, and I'm ready for it because see this right here. This right here is my graduation from 2017, 2018. And I send them all to junior colleges, Essex County Junior College, and they looking for jobs. And Amazon need to come to
come right now, all right.
That's right. Amazon, they come and get their diplomas and they get their transcripts, and they gonna be ready for Amazon and stuff like that.
Well, a company can change.
Yes, right.
Good
That's
company.
right. Yeah,
A good company.
yeah.
A good company. I've worked with American Airlines for 35 years.
Wow.
30, 50 years. So a good company, and if you're a good steward
Yeah.
with your money.
Well, United Airlines had
yeah,
to do something
yeah,
too
yeah.
after their bad place.
Yeah. If you're a good steward with
Yeah,
your money, it
yeah,
becomes a personal
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that you really could
Right.
bring yourself up.
Right.
But okay, let me ask you this right here: what area would they build at Amazon?
I think it's it's Central Ward. It's gonna be downtown. It's something they have to have downtown.
But where would it be downtown?
I think they already designated some buildings already. They talked to some people that own buildings. I forgot what it was, but it's some buildings already designated.
No, but this is going to be like a major.
No, that's
Amazon.
just one. And then I think they're gonna have it in the East Ward, and some is gonna be in the South.
Oh, they're going to break them up. Oh,
Right, it's gonna
okay.
be. I think it's 4 or 5 buildings. You know,
Okay.
I heard the deal when I was listening to the press conference that
Okay.
time, but I don't remember. But I remember that. You know, they're gonna have different. It's gonna be like a hub, like
Sure.
you know, it's not gonna be one conglomerate
Okay.
or one 50. You know, like you building the Pentagon or
Right,
something
right,
like that.
right,
It's
right.
not gonna be like
Like
that.
the old-fashioned company where it's so big. Like
Everything is there.
like a
No, I think
plantation.
I think it's something gonna be downtown. You know,
Wow.
it's something's gonna be in the East Ward in the South, and they designated. They had to actually tell because you know this week they're here.
When you say-
Amazon is doing the walk through
Oh,
North
oh,
this
okay.
week.
Oh, wow. Maybe I can
So if you got dirty underwear, everybody put your clean underwear on.
Maybe there flies a hamburger in one of their drones that they have or whatever. Okay, well, you talked about Amazon, and we got to, I guess, give the credit to Raspberry.
That's right.
All right. Do you know anything about the PAF station coming?
Yes.
And that whole area that they're going to revitalize?
Oh, I love it.
And you love that?
I love it too.
But like you love it, I've sat down at breakfast with people
they don't
that
understand.
think,
Man.
listen, Muhammad, they think that they're giving it away. They're going to build, listen what the people say, they're going to build hotels that we never gone to. That they're going to be just for people to fly in and fly out, but still works for us.
Right.
So how do we transmit that message.
Well, I
that
think Port Authority is doing, because Councilman John James, I know they did one in Weekly Park. They're going around doing community talks.
Okay.
They getting it, but I seen what happened to Harrison over there. Their path stop.
Okay.
Where you got now 1,500.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole nother world. Then in D.C. I seen it too, because I used to stay at hotels, and in D.C. you know, Arlington was just that long road of little motels back in the 70s, right? But it's parts of D.C. now, like for instance, you could be here and you could go into the Weekway section, and they got to stop there, and hotels and people moved all around. Sure. So what's going to happen there, when if they put that there, all those Elizabeth Avenue buildings, the rent is going to probably double.
Yes.
It is. It's
but then it would, you know, I see it as a helpmate to the Weekway section, because if you live in a Weekway section and you're trying to get to Penn Station,
right,
it's quite a journey.
Yes.
Where this will link them with Penn Station, the airport in Penn. I'm sure they're gonna run past the airport also, and Penn Station.
Right.
So that's a good thing for, and that's a good thing for those that live in the Weekway section, housing and things of that nature. But, which is a small word, it's a conjunction word.
Yes.
People
yes.
feel
right
that they're being slighted.
Right.
It's like having an uncle, and you went to college, and you've done this and done that, and you know he's at that house, and he helped raise you, and this, that, and other, and you don't pay him enough homage.
Right.
You just shake hands, how you doing, uncle, and you don't give him enough.
But the Port Authority,
that uncle,
it's like, but I don't want to be cruel.
Right.
I don't want to be cruel, because Mayor Roz is like that. He's not cruel.
Right.
You know, you would think he is.
Right.
Like I always joke with him. I said, I was a mean guy when I stopped hanging around you, because I would get you like this. I would beat you with success.
Sure.
You mean my enemy? I beat the hell out you with success.
Yes.
You know, and you know, just intentionally do it. Now he makes me, being around him, make my enemy friends.
Sure.
Because I always come to him, I say, hey man, you know this guy over here, Osman Shabazz, you know this guy over here, they want to come and be with us. Like, what? I wasn't like that before.
Sure.
So you're right, I would have just walked over
away.
And do the deal. I see the bigger picture.
Sure.
I see Elizabeth Avenue vibrant. I see all those raggedy buildings.
And listen,
offices
I'm from Newark.
Yes.
My family been in Newark in the Central Ward since 1927.
Right, mine came in 35. You're right,
Okay.
right.
Started out in Elizabeth in 23.
Right.
And after my grandfather died, they moved to Central Ward.
Right.
All right. That's where that uncle, Noah Marshall, came out of.
Right.
Okay. I love Newark. No matter where I go, I always, pay homage towards Newark. I see it as a rising thing.
Right.
I see it as a great thing. When I come from the airport and I ride down, I say, oh my God, I come through Halsey Street, and ride, oh my God, this thing is, but we got to do a better job in talking to the people. Now you just can't,
But I know that Port Authority is having listeners.
That's Port Authority.
Port Authority is having listeners.